There's a lot of shock factor in the English Premier League today. Kayode has details on Sports News.
Thank you, Melinda. We begin with the English Premier League. Manchester United beat Arsenal 3-1 in a keenly contested encounter at the Emirates. A goal from Antonio Valencia and a brace from Jesse Lingard gave the Red Devils victory over the arch-rivals. However, Paul Pogba was shown a red card in the game and will miss the Manchester derby. Defending champions, Chelsea came from a goal down to beat Newcastle United 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Elsewhere, Liverpool beat Brighton 5-1 and Sam Allardyce won his first game in charge of Everton 2-1 against Huddersfield. Leicester City edged Burnley 1-0. Stoke City beat Swansea 2-1. Watford and Tottenham battled to a 1-0 draw. Alan Pardew's first game in charge of West Brom ended goalless. Elsewhere, Australia's Socceroos are optimistic of getting through the group stage despite drawings in higher-ranked teams at the 2018 World Cup. The Socceroos, who are searching for a new national team coach after Ange Postecoglou resigned upon qualifying, grouped with former winner of France, Denmark and Peru in Group C. Australia will play their first game of the tournament against France in Kazan on June the 16th. Just 1 week after winning the title as WBA regular heavyweight boxing champion, Manuel Charr is still overwhelmed by his unanimous points victory against his Russian opponent, Alexander Ustinov. Aside from overcoming his opponent, the 33-year-old has also had to come back from a gunshot wound in the stomach in September 2015 and having both hips replaced earlier this year. Despite applying for German citizenship, the status of his application remains unclear, but for Charr, it is certain that he has won the title as a German. Junior Achievement Nigeria has concluded the 2017 edition of its annual fun run. The objective is to promote fitness and create awareness on the activities of the non-governmental organization. It was indeed a fun event for the participants who endured the pressure to complete the 5-kilometer race. After the race, the excitement continued with aerobics and later a 5-a-side football match. Take a look.
Really hard because then you're doing 5K, you now have to go around it, and then I felt like giving up and giving up again, but I still went around.
It was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun, and I got very tired.
We needed to just encourage people to start the holiday period on a healthy note, and also to raise awareness for Junior Achievement, get our potential volunteers in here to run with us, and also sign up to volunteer for Junior Achievement Nigeria.
It's a 5-kilometer. I saw ambulance going around. The water points were wonderful, and they should keep doing the right thing. Road warriors are always warriors.
Try to get fit, to eat well, to run well, and together with Junior Achievement, we thought we'd put together a run that inspires the kids, makes the kids and their parents and everybody come out and come and run and have some fun.
Not a bad idea at all to begin the holidays on a healthy note. That's a wrap on Sports News. Melinda is back in just a moment.
Thank you so much, Kayode. Let's move to Zimbabwe now, where new President Emmerson Mnangagwa has dropped his education minister following a public outcry. He had reappointed Lazarus Dokora as the education minister into a cabinet which gave top posts to senior military officials, a decision seen as a reward for the army's role in the removal of the former president, Robert Mugabe. Dokora's reappointment had caused an outcry from the people who criticized him for poor performance. He was replaced by President Mnangagwa's deputy, Paul Mavima. He made other changes as well to the cabinet, which had been described by the chief secretary as adjustments to ensure compliance with the constitution. Gender and special needs were taken into consideration. The United States is witnessing the biggest tax overhaul since the 1980s as senators pass a sweeping tax cut bill with 51 votes to 49 after a series of amendments in a long session. The move is seen as a major victory for President Donald Trump, who has struggled to get major legislative movement in Congress since taking office. Mr. Trump wants the measures imposed by the end of the year and congratulated Republicans, saying they have taken the United States one step closer to delivering massive tax cuts for working families. The Senate will now have to merge its legislation with that passed last month before it can be signed into law by President Trump.
Last night we passed, in the history of the country, the largest tax cuts and reform. And, you know, when we first went into this deal, I said, it's tax reform, because for years, not since Ronald Reagan has anything even come close. They haven't passed them. They couldn't pass them. They couldn't get the votes. And for years, I said, I wonder why they use the word reform, because nobody knows what reform means. Reform could mean your taxes are going up. So we use the word tax cuts. And last night, out of 52 Republican senators, 51 voted. And we ended up doing it, and we didn't need our great vice president to break the tie, Mike. We didn't need Mike. We didn't need anything. We voted. The Democrats left before the vote was even, somebody said started. Somebody said before it was over. I don't even care. But we got no Democrat help, and I think that's going to cost them very big in the election, because basically they voted against tax cuts.
U.S. President Donald Trump. And the main news again. At least 13 people were killed today and 53 others injured as two female suicide bombers set up explosives at a market in Biu, Borno State. Also today, President Muhammadu Buhari insisted that combating violent extremism required regional collaboration as he held talks with King Abdullah of Jordan. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akimami.